Meanwhile, the multi-agency team investigating the Aberdares plane crash will today visit the peak of the ranges to begin a probe into the crash. The team is also expected to resume an operation to retrieve the wreckage of the Flysax aeroplane that killed all 10 on board. Investigations will focus on several leads, key being the rerouting of the aircraft. Hassan Mugambi spoke to some of the investigators yesterday and he filed the following report.
6 days after Flysax crashed into the Aberdares, killing all 10 people on board, there are still questions as to what caused the crash. Could the accident have been avoided? And if yes, who slept on the job? The 1-hour flight from Kitale to Nairobi ended prematurely after the aircraft disappeared from the radar. The last contact between Captain Barbra wangeci and the JKIA tower was at 5:02 p.m.
It was destined for Wilson Airport, and it was decided at some point to divert to Jomo Kenyatta, and we suspect that was because of the weather.
There are two main initial approach points into the Nairobi airspace. One over the Ngong hills, known as Golf Aviation for GG, and another that approaches the city over Ruiru with the aviation beacon known as Avena. For the captain to have rerouted and headed towards the Aberdare ranges, she must have been directed towards Avena. Sources privy to investigations, however, revealing to Citizen TV that because of the terrain, the Aberdares route is a difficult one and calls for conversant pilots. The investigators now questioning whether she was conversant with the route, and if no, did the control tower guide her through? Ideally, if a pilot is not conversant with a certain route, the control tower is supposed to guide them through to the runway. Upon approaching the Aberdare ranges, the tower heights of 12,800 feet above the sea level, did the control tower communicate to her what the highest point was, given that she was cruising at 11,000 feet before the crash? The airworthiness of the ill-fated craft will also be a key component of the multi-agency inquest. Lacking a black box in its engineering, the Cessna Caravan craft is fitted with emergency locator transmitters that are meant to give the location of the plane to precision upon impact or in case of emergency. Begging the question, was the ELT fitted in the Flysax aircraft functional? Another possible angle the investigations will focus on is the radar system. Highly placed sources within the Civil Aviation Authority revealed to Citizen TV that the authority might have been shortchanged in its quest to modernize the country's radar system. A tender awarded to a foreign firm to modernize the radar system, installing features to help advise pilots of possible flight into terrain, was not done to specification despite the money being paid. A multi-agency team consisting of detectives from Air Accident Investigation Department, the Kenya Civil Aviation Authority and homicide detectives from DCI will visit the crash site to start probe into what led to the crash.